Welcome. There's some big data coming in actually in 10 minutes. So I figured let's do a live stream for the people that are watching it back. Welcome to the watch back. Like the video already if you like the video. This could mean a lot for our crypto bags. I don't have a lot of time. We'll make it a short live stream, but I think it is really important to cover this right here because a lot of people they are looking at the FOMC. Is it QT? Is it QE? Is it this? Is it that? But the labor market data is also coming in, and it's going to show us the unemployment rate. And this has usually been a sign like, hey, is it a recession? Is it not a recession? And I think that these pieces of data should not be ignored. Now, like I said, this coming in 10 minutes, now in 9 minutes. So let's keep, checking how that's going to be. Let me know, by the way, in the chat if you can hear me correctly. All right. Always curious if I'm not fucking it up and talking to myself for an hour. So welcome everybody. In the meantime, I also want to go quickly over the things that I'm gonna do in crypto right now. So I'm gonna make it a little more, personal. Like, hey, what are my plans for the rest of this market if it plays out like the way I think, but also if it plays out the way I don't think at the moment. To be prepared for every possible scenario, right? You know me, I'm bullish at this stage of the market. Price so low, I'm bullish. Um, but hey, if it does play out to be bearish, then what are we gonna do? Is it all over? Well, let's take a look at that. So 8 minutes and it's coming in, man. It feels like freaking Christmas Eve right here. Now, in the meantime, the crypto market is holding steadily, right? It's not doing much at the moment. Bitcoin, $97,000. Want to go over a couple charts that we may have not looked at too much lately, but a couple charts that are actually really bullish. And welcome everybody to the, again, like super last moment live stream. Like if you have no life, then you are probably here just like me. So I salute you guys. um, so I want to talk a little bit about my plan in the meantime, what I'm doing right now and what I'm gonna do. If you have some questions, drop them though. And again, if you're watching this back, sit it out. Gonna be a good one. So my plan at the moment. So I was talking about crypto, mainly about being in Bitcoin for a big part of the cycle. And it's funny that the sentiment there was you should not be in Bitcoin, you should be in altcoins. Bitcoin is boring, Bitcoin is not going to give you 100x. Well, apparently altcoins also did not give you 100x, but they fucking wrecked you, right? So it's better to be in Bitcoin in a big stage of the cycle. Actually, I mean, a lot of people they kind of realize that by now. And I also see some comments sometimes getting in like, well, next cycle I will be only be in Bitcoin. Nothing wrong with the altcoin market. It's more a matter of timing, in my opinion. Like there is a time for altcoins and there is a time for Bitcoin, but the time for altcoins in the cycle is usually just not that often, right? It's maybe a few months up to a year of the full 4-year cycle. And yeah, we just entered the 4th year, right? And by the time we are there, yeah, people, they don't believe in altcoins anymore, right? And now they're talking about capitulating, not buying, putting it back into Bitcoin, etc., etc., etc. So that's very normal. Makes me a little more bullish actually, because I kind of saw it before, and I know like, hey, if you counter trade the sentiment, you will do pretty well. Crypto is player versus player, right? And you have to take advantage of that. I won't let it happen to this community though. I start to like you guys. Now, when Bitcoin bottomed, it was obvious that it was a good moment to step into Bitcoin. However, a lot of people, they think that, hey, once Bitcoin bottoms, which happened over here, right here, that you should, be in altcoins because again, Bitcoin boring, not going to give you fantastic returns. Bitcoin went up, but the altcoin market kept on going down against Bitcoin, right? Is that weird? Well, I mean, if you look at the last cycle where Bitcoin bottomed, which was over here, altcoins also kept on going down against Bitcoin, right? Down, up, but down overall. Here we had the final bottom for a very long time, for 2 years basically, right? Now We're even slightly longer than 2 years than that. So it's not weird. It's not different. It's not broken or anything. At least not something that we can confirm of right now, right? Because we're still kind of following the last cycle so far. But a lot of people are mainly time capitulating right now, right? It takes too long. They bought altcoins maybe a little too soon, too high, the wrong ones, and then I'll feel like, man, it's not working out. Let me get out of the market. What I'm doing right now is, and I shot a full video for that, so I'll come back to that. Very simple. I'm still in the altcoin market, not in the most risky stuff at the moment. It's also a matter of surviving at the moment. But I'm still in the altcoin market at the moment. And I'm mostly looking at altcoins that at least hold up against Bitcoin, right? Let's say Bitcoin goes to 70K. Yeah, if you are then in an altcoin that's already underperforming against Bitcoin, yeah, there's a good chance that that project will die. And if not, can go down really, really, really hard. Um, what's also interesting, by the way, is that it's not weird what we are seeing right now. If you now see your altcoins go down 80%, whatever, look what happened in 2017, 4 minutes ago, right? But these were some top coins in 2017. And before alt season in 2017, let me start with this one. The other one was just new. But before we went into alt season in 2017, what do you think happened right there? Altcoins, they first had a drop, right? At the end of 2016, beginning 2017, like same kind of stage as what we are in right now. Altcoins had a drop, in this case was Steam, of 98%, right? Your altcoins are now down 80%. You're already freaking out. 98%. Good luck surviving that, right? And then we got alt season and it went up 14,000%. And this is not a couple of exceptions. This is basically every freaking altcoin back then. Zcash just came out, crashed 99.9% from the moment it came out. Yeah, if you see that right now, you will write it off, right? You would say, oh, that's dead, right? Came out, dropped so hard, completely dead. Then it pumped 4,000%. Even Dogecoin, actually 60% drop, right, in that period, and then went up 10,000%. We had Rep, same kind of thing. If my screen loads right here, right, went down 82%, then pumped 4,600%. I can go on and on and on. But in 2017, that was very like normal. And here, if you stepped in here, yeah, that was the opportunity of a lifetime. So far, we are kind of doing what 2017 did. So yeah, let's see, man. Maybe it's gonna be kind of the same. The data is coming out any moment now. Let me get in a couple questions real quick. As soon as I have the data, I'm gonna share it. But what Benjamin Cohen said, and he wrapped it pretty nicely. By the way, Kentucky has introduced a bill to invest up to 10%. 10%, that's a lot, right? Of the state funds into Bitcoin and crypto, right? So that's already one state. But it's happening. It's happening. Okay. I get the bearishness lately a little bit, but these kind of things are fucking insane. Okay, fucking insane. What Benjamin Cohen said about the labor data is that I think decision time for Bitcoin will be next week, aka today, following the release of the labor market data. If the unemployment rate is 4.1 or 4.2, then there is a higher probability, in my opinion, that Bitcoin will follow the blueprint from last year and goes higher in February, March. If the unemployment rate is much higher, then it could make Bitcoin a little more unsure. If the employment rate is way lower, it could make yields explode, and high yields are necessarily also not great for crypto. So what we want to see is really unemployment rate around 4.1 or 4.2%, according to what he says. Now, he knows a lot more about it than I do. So I'm going to just hope for the 4.1 or 4.2. But let's see how it plays out. If it plays out to be a little bearish, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But we're going to find out any moment right now. So let's see. Let me see if I can get some information about it. The unemployment rate is 4%. 4%. So this might be actually not bad for crypto, right? Unemployment rate, as you can see right here, and let's go to the where is it? S&P. I have to put in SPX. God, I can't find it. You can see that when the unemployment rate is like high, it's marked with a recession, right? Recessions are these white kind of lines right here. Every time the unemployment rate is high, recession. High, recession, right? People lose their jobs, recession. Right? Now the unemployment rate was forecasted at 4.1%, and it is 4 actually. So that's really, really, really good actually, as you can see right here. So this might give a little boost in the market, maybe. We're gonna find out. Like I usually don't really stick to the short time frame charts or anything, but overall, it should be good on the hour. It's like even down a little bit. Okay, the market, and that's it, actually a good thing. The market doesn't really care about this. I can conclude from that as well. Like, the market goes up naturally, right? And some bad news slaps it down. Well, we didn't got bad news right now, right? So the market can keep on going up. So this is actually really good, right? Why would it been bad according to Benjamin Cohen from what I think? Well, this is usually the stage of the cycle where Bitcoin does go up, right? Where Bitcoin does go up. Um, if you look at this market cycle compared to 2017, for example, we are following it quite closely, right? If the unemployment rate now came in to be very high and Bitcoin tanked, then it would been, not so much correlated with 2017 anymore. And then it would be harder to get back on track. Now we are still on track. So not bad, man. Not bad. Not bad. Good news. Good news. Good news. So let's see how the market responds, if it's going to respond in the first place in a little bit. In the meantime, I do want to get in a couple questions. Now I'm still here, and now that you guys are still here, and let me check real quick what we have going on. Not a lot of people. I didn't announce the live stream, so that's fine because I also don't have time today. So thanks for that. The only thing that you can also make out of this is that unemployment rate is low, right? So there's nothing really broken, so there's nothing to be fixed. So this is not a reason for the Fed to say, like, let's go do QE, right? Based on this, no QE, okay? But it doesn't matter really. As long as QE stops anytime this year, I'm still quite fine with that. Couple questions, and then I'm gonna just wrap it up as well. By the way, it's not spectacular, but it could have been spectacular in the wrong way, and in that case, we got crap. So somebody says buy the fair. Overall, yes. I mean, and that especially applies for the altcoin market, right? A lot of people, they are now really fearful when it comes to the altcoin market. To say it's a bear market, I mean, we go up, then we go down a little bit. It's bear market. We go up again, down bear market, up. So, these moments where we go down, buy it up, right? Like as long as we're in the bull and in a good uptrend, there's nothing to be worried about, in my opinion. Every day is huge. Every day is a day to be happy, man. The fact that we can make money with this kind of shit on the internet is like freaking insane, right? Like every day is huge. Like it's kind of crazy the time that we're living in right now. Can you tell something about the gaming narrative during your live stream? Look, so from, I don't know, right? But what I think is that gaming will be by very far the biggest narrative in crypto ever, right? Bigger than layer ones, yeah. Eventually they are built on these layer ones, so we need them, but it's going to be bigger than RWA, bigger than AI, bigger than meme coins, bigger than whatever. Why? Because there is already an audience. Half of the world, literally half of the world population, is already using that product, right? They are already gaming. Very simple. Yeah, then it's just a matter of shifting to Web3, and Web3 games are not great yet. But that's also fine because that gives us a chance to step in. Actually, if it was already fucking on top and perfect, then yeah, then what are we buying into, right? Um, so I mean, crypto and gaming, they go hand in hand. They have the same kind of audience, same kind of people, right? It's so obvious. The only question is a little bit like when, right? Like when. Last cycle, it was hype. This cycle, we were focused on product, which was not really delivered yet, right? Everybody is now looking at like off the grid, and I get that. But if you compare off the grid to a couple Web2 games, it's also not that I feel like, whoa, like it is for crypto. It's insane. But so I do feel like crypto gaming will be the biggest narrative. But yeah, if that's going to be this cycle, I don't know. Everything has to line up, right? The games have to drop. People have to adopt it. The cycle has to do well. It's a lot of things that have to come together. But as soon as that happens, then it's gonna go crazy. So yeah, no life, no money. Yeah, let's make sure that we can buy a life soon. There is any hope? Is that a question? Because yeah, of course there's hope, right? Like there, I look, I get that again. People are pretty bearish lately. On the other hand, I also don't, right? Like I understand, like, oh, it's not going well, but on the other hand, like, yeah, but it's also not wrecked. Like, yes, some altcoins are, but then it's also a matter like, hey, did you buy the right altcoins? Did you buy them at the right time? Because if yeah, like the total crypto altcoin market is now around 40% from the highs, right? From the from the cycle highs. Yeah, if you bought coin rank number 1200 at the top, then you can be down 80% or so. So yeah, then that's kind of fucked up, right? Um, but yeah, in my opinion, I mean, there's a lot of hope. Why? Overall, altcoins are in a bull market. Apart from that, Bitcoin is sitting at 100K, and altcoins on the Bitcoin pair are sitting really low. So if altcoins on the Bitcoin pair go up just a little bit, while Bitcoin is 100K, altcoins on the dollar pair already do very well. So it doesn't take much to pump it. It doesn't take much, right? And I get the sentiment at the bottom. I got a lot of these comments lately, like, oh, it's over and it's not gonna happen, and yada 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 yada. Where you're like, okay, fine, but look, we were at the top in January 2022. It's now February 2025. You had 3 years to be bearish, and now we are at the lows. Now it's stop bearishness. Like, dare to guess what's going wrong there? Like, I don't know, man. Doesn't feel like the right thing to do, in my opinion. But okay. Um, what are the plans for Web3 whales? Well, invest a lot of money in good pre-sales and wait for the market to turn around. And in the meantime, keep on building, keep on stacking. We just got the highest tier on Cetify. We just have the highest tier on ChainGPT. And again, yeah, if the market does this, then we do that, right? Like that's the thing. But we don't control the market, so we also have to wait a little bit, like any other project out there. What are you doing with your Delesium bags? I run nodes and I basically just DCA out of these coins every 3 weeks or so. Um, yeah, and these are the funny comments. If someone thinks we are gonna have an alt season, it's not living in reality. And this is exactly, look, bro, I don't know why you say this, but I get the sentiment. But this is exactly the other way around, right? Like prices are as lower than it has been in 3 years. Again, you had 3 years to be bearish. Where was your bearishness in the last 3 years? I haven't seen that, right? But now we are at the lows. Now this is coming up. So the I don't know. It's so the other way around, right? Um, but here as well in 2020, I showed you that tweet, right? Like where you have all these tweets in this period where people said, "Oh, alt season not happening," yada, yada, yada. Exact the same, and then bam, right? People always think whenever prices are at the lows, like, "Oh yeah, it's bearish." Like, how do you make money in crypto? Try to. How do you make money? Ask yourself by buying low and selling high. But how can you buy low if you are always bearish when things are low? So that opportunity, so the buying low, that won't happen. So what do you have to sell high? Nothing, right? But it's every single time we hit a major low, people say, yeah, but now it's because of this. Now it's different, right? And that's the same thing that got people, sidelined here, sidelines here, sidelines here. Then what do you want? Do you want it to go up really hard first, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna buy. Like then you're buying the top. Like so, there is literally, if you think like this, there literally is not a way for you to make money, right? Unless you feel like, yeah, I'm gonna short the market. Fine, be my guest. Shorting a bull market. You could have, of course, a good trade out of it here and there, but the risk reward is not the best. Look, the market is adopting the news a little bit, right? Bitcoin is going up a little bit. Altcoin market is going up a little bit. It's nothing too spectacular. I mean, it's on the hour chart, but yeah, it's fine. Do you still have liquidity to deploy anytime soon? I personally made sure that I still have cash. I took my profits at the higher levels, and I still have cash for when things are now going lower. Unfortunately, a lot of people I think they don't, and then I can understand the emotions because then you need the market to go up. Personally, I don't really. If it goes up, I make money, and if it goes down, I'm a buy, and then if it goes up, I make money. The only way for me to lose if it will go down forever, but we know crypto is going up and down, so I'm chill. If there are two coins to buy, you would buy today. Which would they be, Manoar? Stop muffin. Today, yeah, like I don't know, man. It depends. Like how much risk do you want to take? How much that's I don't know. That's hard to answer. There's not a right answer to that, right? I would personally probably buy Ethereum right now because in this stage of the market, I think Ethereum is cheap enough to have good profits, and also still established enough to not take a lot of risk. So that and CDFI, I think. I mean, CDFI is pretty simple actually. If the market goes up, CDFI goes up hard, and the market will go up eventually. So I think that dump. Yeah, maybe if I reverse the chart. Gaming is now at its all-time low. Some projects are. Overall, the whole market is pretty low right now. Doesn't really matter. Look, you sometimes have to understand, like, hey, where's the money going to flow next, right? And I have a decent position in gaming, but it depends on the projects that you're in, right? If you are really in the low cap, individual gaming projects, that's the risk you take. Like, if you want to be in those high risk projects. Then again, I bought Superverse, for example, at an insane low price, and I took my profits really high, and now it's here, and I'm fine. But this is one of the projects, like not by like the average. What was the big hype? AI and memes. Well, they are already in the trash can, right? They really got wrecked in the last lag down, and yeah, this is still so depends per project really. Actually, you saw the video of Benjamin Cowen. Probably I watch a lot of his videos. The latest video where he discussed alt season is what he dropped this morning, I think. Yeah, and that's kind of where he basically said like we need QT to stop, and there's a really good chance that that's true, right? That we need QT to stop, and if that's true, then we have good news, right? Because then we have a guaranteed alt season. Like now it's more like people are always asking or saying like there won't be an alt season. Then we can wipe that off the table at least. Then it's more like, okay, we will get an alt season, but when, right? And why is that? It's because alt season in and QT QE is correlated to each other, right? If you look at the Fed balance sheet, as you can see, we always had alt season as long as there was no QT, right? Here, no QT, alt season. Hey, QT, alt season stopped. No QT, alt season. QT, alt season stopped, right? Now, will QT ever stop? Yeah, otherwise the Fed balance sheet goes to zero. That can't, right? So they will print more money. Simple. So if alt season depends on the Fed balance sheet and the stop of QT or not, then we are getting an alt. But then it's more the question like when, right? Are we going to get it this cycle or next cycle? Well, we have a very long year to go, right? So there's a very good chance that it will happen this cycle. If it doesn't happen this cycle, then what could happen? Well, the Bitcoin now feels like, hey, bull market, fuck you altcoins, bye bye, Bitcoin up, whatever, sideways, doesn't matter. And then at a certain point, Bitcoin goes into a bear market. And that then, because it's a bear market, maybe because of a recession, whatever, we get QE, right? And then we get finally an alt season, right? But because Bitcoin is going down, you won't really notice it on the dollar pair. But that still doesn't really matter because altcoins can go up on the Bitcoin pair while Bitcoin is going down on its dollar pair. And then you don't make more cash, but you make more Bitcoin. Well, fuck that. I mean, has been making more Bitcoin ever been a bad thing, right? Like eventually Bitcoin will be higher than where it is today. I think everybody would have a brain knows that. So in that case, it's more like, okay, then we have to sit on our sats a little longer and maybe sell that Bitcoin in the next bull market. That's more a matter of having more patience, right? So it's all of a question of when, right? And the only thing that can mess it up is if you now are in altcoins that, for example, die before QE happens or QT stops, right? Therefore, don't be in. Therefore, I said like, hey, at least look at altcoins that are relative strong against Bitcoin. Pump next week until March. Dump in pump. Oh, pump next week until March. Dump in March, then blow off top in October. That's specific. It could, yeah, it could happen. I don't know. No, I have no clue. Right. But it's possible, right? What I think for the especially for the altcoin market, and I've drawn it out on the Ethereum dominance chart actually, I think, but that kind of correlates with altcoins, is that we might dump until March because then we may get the stop of QT, right? Then we get that leg up until maybe June, right? Where then we get into some kind of a summer lull like we usually have until September, and then the second leg of the altcoin market until the end of the year, and then maybe the end of it. But this is not an end. It's more like not a prediction from like this is all way too specific. Like this is not gonna be right. Like you can't. So when will the Fed? When will the Fed start QE? Don't know. That's the thing. There's nobody that knows, right? So I can't tell. Especially I don't know, right? No clue. Like, and I don't care. Like again, the QE my ass. Like stopping QT is enough. Ending QT, right? Like we saw, a lot of people are kind of focused on QE, but don't forget the biggest alt season we ever had was not during QE, right? Again, if you look at the altcoin market, the 2017 cycle was the biggest alt season ever. But we did not have QE back then, right? This was just going sideways right here. So we don't need it. Again, we just need QT to stop. And at a certain point it will, because again, the Fed balance sheet cannot go to zero. Like they will print like that. That's like not possible. So yeah, for the people that ask like, is there hope? There is. Question is when. Um, yeah. So yeah, like you said, Matthias from Dame, like QE is needed for altcoins. It isn't, right? It isn't actually. Like we saw the biggest alt season, no QE. QT is not helpful at least, right? But we just need to stop this. And it would be like Trump is like he doesn't control it, but in somewhat ways he might can. So it could be that he now uses this month or next month to break a lot of fucking stuff in the market and sends it all down and whatever, and then has a reason for QE in March. And by the time he needs to be reelected, everybody has already forgotten about the fact that he broke everything this month. Right. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get some kind of a capitulation event before we get QT. That's even, or a QE or stop of QT at least. That's not unlikely yet. Buy cycle top not in yet either. It's a bull run. Look, yeah, I don't know about the pi cycle indicator. You know what's so dangerous about that? One that's just simply one indicator, right? It's just one indicator. Also, the pi cycle top indicator was created somewhere here, right? So the funny thing is that, yeah, in hindsight, it predicted this one and this one and this one. Yeah, of course, the indicator was created after these stops. And the first top after that indicator got created got it wrong, right? So I think the pi cycle top indicator is a bullshit indicator because the only one that it predicted actually was wrong. But if there you can use a lot of different indicators together and then get a good idea. And the nice thing is that every single indicator out there that's somewhat close to predicting the Bitcoin top hasn't flashed yet. So now the Bitcoin top being in, apart from all these indicators, cycle wise as well. If you look at the adoption for Bitcoin, you must be a fucking retard. Sorry, if you think that the Bitcoin top is in. So no, sorry for if you think that, but no, like it's not likely in my opinion. Think they just need to end QT. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, help us out. Smack that like button. I'm sick as fuck. So being here anyway, right? Market is responding quite decently so far. I mean, it's not that's like whoa or whatever, but it's okay. It's okay, right? No bad news at least. So that's great. AVAX and Sol. I can take a look at AVAX and Sol. Is that if that's what you mean? On the dollar pair AVAX, I don't know what the fuck. I've run this on a different scale. I think I'm not sure. Look, AVAX broke this, but overall, I think horizontals are more important anyway. Bounced perfectly. Yeah, AVAX at $20 was a steal actually. And Solana is doing very well, but I think that a lot of people are too bullish on Solana. I would not be surprised if Solana has stopped for this cycle. I'm not saying I think it has, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I have my reasons for that. If you're curious, just ask. I'm not gonna explain all that crap for nothing. Nice off-white hat, by the way. Thanks. Fucking I also bought shoes, and they don't fit at all. Like these things are so terrible, man. So freaking expensive, and the quality sucks. It's terrible. when do you think Off the Grid will come out and speak the gaming narrative? And speak the gaming narrative? What do you mean? Um, I don't know when they're releasing, but if they are smart, they are not releasing anytime soon. Who gives a crap about altcoins now, let alone gaming altcoins, right? So doesn't really matter for me. Doesn't matter. I mean, Off the Grid is gonna be a big disappointment if it comes out now. I think, really. What about Playable and Trader Joe? Look, I mean, I think that these are especially Playable might be a big winner if the market turns around. But if the market continues to do what it does now for another 2 months, Playable can go down hard. I mean, it's a low cap. Um, and Trader Joe depends. If you're bullish on AVAX, then you can be bullish on Trader Joe, right? The DEX on AVAX. And I think that Joe, like if AVAX pumps, Joe will pump, right? And if I look at Joe right now, I mean, it is, look, it is sitting in an interesting level, actually. The last time it was at this level, it pumped 170%. Time before that, pumped 500%. Time before that, pumped 250%. Time before that, smaller, but 100%, right? So yeah, if you want to take a like nibble anywhere, then might do it here, right? Ben is a smart guy. I agree. He knows his shit. He really knows his stuff, for sure. Are you still bullish on Wilder World? The project, yeah. I love what they're building. This is one of the better looking crypto games or whatever out there, for sure. Price wise, not so much. I mean, yeah, dollar wise, really good, right? Really good. Yeah, but then again, who cares about dollar valuations? I mean, on its Bitcoin pair, it has been pretty freaking terrible, actually. You might be like, oh, it's holding it. Yeah, it's holding it. So what? Bitcoin is sitting at 100K. Who cares about a coin holding it, right? So if you look at the Bitcoin valuation, it's not so great. It's been in a big downtrend, and yeah, I mean, I don't know how I've drawn it. You can also draw it like I don't know what I did here. Um, it's a better time to buy than pretty much ever. Uh, but so far it's not showing much hope. Any idea on Bunk? I thought that Bunk was looking actually not bad. Um, Let me check. Well, now it is. Whoa! Was this real? Fucking meme coins suck so hard, dude. This is not the chart that takes it back furthest, I think. Yeah, look, I mean, it kind of lost the key levels. I will be a little careful at the moment right now. Can we have a Web3 World YouTube update? Yeah, as soon as we have something to update, I will update. For now, it's more going with the market. A lot of people in the comments bought the top and they are now bearish. I'm only down 33% and I bought a lot of low caps. Well, you did a nice job. Uh, I mean, the market overall is down more than 33%, so that's good. Wait, let me get here. However, yeah, a lot of people are bearish, but that's human nature, right? Price go down, so it's bad. On the other hand, like said earlier, like if prices are down, that's where you buy, and it's I don't know, man. I try to stay a little positive, but some people are allergic to that sometimes. And if they think it's gonna go down forever, then like, look, we need people to lose, of course, right? If we buy here, yeah, who are we buying from, right? Here, people thought Bitcoin was going lower. Yeah, we bought Bitcoin cheap, right? And now we are the one in the profit, and the people who sold here, Like, and the same applies to altcoin. That's how it works, right? Like, it's not, but yeah, too bad for these people, I think. Um, yeah, again, gaming narratives. When do you think it will get sparked by off the grid release? I let me put it like this. I think that the off the grid release is not going to do a single shit for the gaming narrative. It's bullshit. What's gonna help the gaming narrative is the altcoin market going up, right? And then, like, but it's not that you can be in a downwards market and that one game release is gonna lift a complete narrative. I don't see that happen. So I'm just more waiting for the market in general, actually. Um, Funny people are putting meme coins in the comments like meme coins are ever gonna make new highs again. Yeah, right. Okay, I get that from I don't I'm not really sure what how the what it's not my type of English. um Sounds like you are a little bearish right here, but again, that's what the market wants you to be. And yeah, I would say be a little careful falling for that. Are you in AI agents? No, not really at the moment. I was in some pre-sales and they made me some good money. At the moment, look, these are the hypes, right? And that's fine, especially when the market is going up, then hypes are nice. At the moment, the market is going down a bit. So then the hypes get wrecked harder. I remember a couple months ago, people told me like, "Oh, meme coin only run, be a meme," and haha, why are you not in fart coin or whatever? Yeah, because these things are now down 85%. What the fuck? Like, I don't want to be there, right? So at the moment, I'm not participating in hypes, really, but that could change as soon as the market turns around. If the negative scenario plays out, what is your the best strategy in your opinion? Hold the bags and come back in 2 years. Um, it depends on what your bags are. Like, hold your altcoin bags for 2 years? Fuck no, right? Like, at least depends on what kind of altcoins you're in. But let's be real, a lot of altcoins they don't survive bear markets. That's just simply what it is. So if for some reason we're gonna go into a bear market sooner than into an alt season, yeah, then I would say convert your altcoins to stronger altcoins like the layer ones, the Ethereums, the Solanas, whatever. And then at a certain point, you know, alt season will come, and maybe then convert it into Bitcoin or something like that. At least don't lose your Satoshi value, because we know again that Bitcoin will be higher someday than what it is today. So as long as you don't lose your Satoshi value, it doesn't matter what your altcoins are doing, right? Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Bitcoin, you should always DCA and keep stacking, in my opinion. Yeah, long term wise, that's the winning strategy. Actually, definitely. Bitcoin dominance try to break down. Not really, right? Not yet. I mean, doesn't look like a breakdown to me. I think a lot of investors having breakdowns. But yeah, look, this is like it's kind of normal or whatever, right? Like Bitcoin dominance. I don't know what this line is. It doesn't make sense at all. But Bitcoin dominance is yeah, it's in an uptrend, really. If you look at Bitcoin dominance without stable coins, this is funny. I've drawn that line right here because if you take a Fibonacci extension from the top to the bottom, then you can see that here it exactly got rejected at the 786. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was the blow off top for the Bitcoin dominance. But yeah, it could go maybe a little higher. On the other hand, who gives a fuck, right? If you are still in Bitcoin, then congrats, right? Most people are not, I think. And watching Bitcoin outperform altcoins for 3 years, and then here at the top saying like, okay, let me put it in Bitcoin. It's also like, what are you doing, right? So if it goes a little higher, go a little higher, right? If it goes a little low, whatever. We're closer to the top than the bottom, so might as well sit it out with your altcoins right now, in my opinion. Anyone think we'll end up with an historical bullish February? Given the labor market data that just came in, it is not unlikely that February is going to be really bullish. I think that it could be a very actually good month for BTC. Scary part of this stage is seeing what survives. Yeah, and therefore be in the high caps. Like if you are, for example, in an AVAX, they have teams, they have consultants, they know about the market. They are not shitting their pants now that the Bitcoin dominance is up or that altcoins are not. When they know the cycle. But if you are in a low cap altcoin with a 1 or 2 people kind of team, which may be new to crypto, they may be like the average retail investor looking at the market going down and be like, oh, let's be bearish, and then the project will die, right? So therefore being in low caps right now is a little like, be careful there, right? Don't you think it's a good time to DCA Ether games? Fuck no. Look, if you want to take a whole lot of risk, then yeah. But look what it is with Ether games now as well. It pumped pretty hard, 92% in a day. But lately, it pumped like this earlier as well and earlier as well, right? Like, but overall, it gives these gains away all the time. And this is the dollar pair, let alone the Bitcoin pair, right? If you take this coin on its Bitcoin pair, this is how it looks. Why would you buy this? Right? Why don't you just buy Bitcoin? This is only getting wrecked, right? And it's also not that it's making a double bottom somewhere or whatever. These are just there's all the liquidity has been taken out so hard that if I make a buy with some money that I found in my losing wallet over there, then it causes these kind of spikes, right? You can do it, you can gamble on it, not saying that it will never work, but I'm saying like, hey, so far it shows like was not worth it to buy it, right? So what makes it worth it now, right? At least wait for this 92% pump to retrace a little bit. Do you think AI is going to recover? Yeah, probably. Right, not all AI projects, but AI in general. Yeah, Chain GPT is holding up well. Yeah, it's doing okay. It's one of the coins that I definitely have in my portfolio. I mean, if you look at this chart, this is on its Bitcoin pair, right? Look, this is not getting wrecked against Bit, it's holding up, and it's now in a buying zone. Therefore, I said, like, look at coins that are at least strong against Bitcoin. If Bitcoin now goes to 70K, yeah, then ChainGPT just goes with it, basically, right? But if Bitcoin goes to 70K, what do you think? And well, what I just showed you at Ether games or whatever is gonna do? It's not gonna be nice, right? Bitcoin closing, getting close to 100K. Altcoin market pumping decently, right? Not crazy, but decently. So it is good. Any signs of the Fed pivoting to QT before? You mean to QE? I don't think so. Like, why would they? There's nothing weird going on in the market. Nothing is broken. Labor market data came in pretty good. So, no, I don't think so yet. Bear market starts the market with what? Bear market starts the market with all destroy even. What the fuck, man? All destroy even CX like Binance and Coinbase will destroy. No one will invest again in this market. It's the end. Only Bitcoin will survive. Okay. Well, as far as I can read it, I don't think it's really going to play out like that, if I'm really honest. Not sure what you mean, but I understand the last part. Only Bitcoin will survive. Like, based on what? Like, there's I always find it funny when people are really bearish in altcoins and then I ask them the reason why, and it's more like, well, prices are low. That's kind of all it is, right? And I'll be like, huh? Isn't that the reason to be bullish on altcoins? Um, Therefore, I I don't know. I get these things a lot lately, and I try to stick a lot of time into teaching, educating, convincing, whatever these people, because I know how it is to think like that and to then completely get wrecked, and I just don't want that to happen. But yeah, at a certain point, if people really feel like that, then they really feel like that. Oh, one second, charger. Um, I transferred to alts too early. I think a lot of people did. FOMO, nice Friday afternoon crypto live stream. Yeah, with fever and everything. Terrible. Um, why would anyone still buy a meme coin now? Trump was the top forever. Look, if the market just continues, then I think that meme coins also will go up. Very simple, meme coins, they just go with the rest of the market, right? So the chance that the top is in for meme coins, look, that's the thing. A lot of meme coins probably have topped, but the overall market hasn't probably, right? I don't think that Trump had much to do with that actually. If anything, it's only helpful. Um, but why people now would buy meme coins, I don't know. I have like one or two small positions here and there, but overall, I'm not buying meme coins. Um, you were right. If one had just bought Bitcoin since 2021, we have made more money. Altcoins are so down. Yeah, and that was my thesis on the channel for a long time, right? Stick to Bitcoin and then buy altcoins later. And I started to talk about altcoins, right? Like, I don't know, here, somewhere, here, right? Or was it? Nah, here somewhere, right? And and now I get some comments like, be like, I don't know why I made good money on that, but never try to time the bottom or the top, right? Like, could it gone lower? Yeah. Could it have shot up? Yeah, right. Like, whatever, doesn't really matter. The thing is, a lot of people, they did it here, like, and then I feel like, okay, that's a little off, really. What are your thoughts on Wall Street, Pepe? Don't know about it, but it sounds like another Pepe to me. I'm not interested in that kind of stuff, really. Will you expose yourself to any strong RWA coins? Oh, I'm in RWA, the project called RWA. But for example, an Ondo or a OM or whatever, I'm not in those at the moment. Um, why? Because I do feel like they ran like really hard, right? And there are so many discounts. Yeah, should I buy the only thing that's not a discount, right? But that's for me for Ando. I look at this chart. Lower trend line, great entry. Upper trend line, take profits. In the middle, do nothing and wait. And it's now perfectly in the middle. So sometimes no trade is the best trade. For me, that's what's going on right now. Are we going into mainnet? Yeah, I don't really care about these narratives, really. I just look at the market in general. And these narratives, whether like even for Ethereum, it didn't do shit. For Cardano, it doesn't do shit. For nothing, it does nothing, right? Um, so all these upgrades can, yeah, it's nice, but let the market decide what's gonna happen. Many newbies this cycle. Yeah, it is a good sign though that still newer people are here, right? Like it's getting there. We already had an alt season in December, January. No, look, there's an alt season, and there is a short moment where altcoins have some relief, right? Look, alt season again is where altcoins outperform Bitcoin for a good amount of time and really outperform, right? This was an alt season. This was an alt season. But these short, like this, like in from what happened from November until December, by the way, not January. these are these small pumps. They happen again, but if you want to call every pump, every little pump an alt season, it's not in my book an alt season, really. Take care of your health. Nah, I'm stubborn. Should have sold. Too late. Yeah, should have sold. Like, yeah. In hindsight, should have, would have, could have. It's so crypto-ish, right? We could have all been rich right now if we look back at charts and then just did whatever the charts were going to do. But it's not how it works. If you have to pick between these gaming alts, which one is better? Pentagon or Saffron? Don't know about both of them. Can't tell you actually. Unemployment rate 4%. Yeah, strong economy, which means no stop of QT soon. We will see inflation rate, we hope, decrease. Partly true, right? Like, indeed. Unemployment rate is good, which is good for Bitcoin, which is good for the market in general, right? That's a good thing. That's bullish, actually. Based on that, the Fed has no reason to go into stop QT. But there could be other reasons, right? Trump has 2 months to fuck everything up still before the next FOMC. Let him fuck some shit up, man. Go Trump, fuck it up. Go Trump. So yeah. Wall Street Pepe have raised over $70 million. What's your opinion? Like, like, let me check. Wall Street Pepe. Can't even find the shit. Don't know. That was probably a pre-sale they had on their own website, right? Be careful. A lot of these kind of coins, they raise a pre-sale on their own website showing how much they have raised, which they didn't, so they can then get you in and wreck you. A lot of scams out there that way. But if they did, then that's fine. On the other hand, yeah, if they raised so much, then who's gonna buy on the open market? Who's gonna pump your bags? I'm always a little like, yeah, okay, $70 million raise. That's nice for them, right? If you're part of the team, then congrats. Very nice. Are you trading or buying into the weekend, or it's best to be patient, wait until Monday? No, I'm not trading actively anyway. Not buying right now. I mean, the market just gone up a little bit, so I'm not buying right now. I'm only gonna buy if we are at this level, and if for some reason we get here, I'm all in. You won't see me anymore. Selling may go away. Depends, right? That's often that was true, but it's also because here in May was just after a pretty hard run up. For example, yeah, let's say for example we do this until May, yeah, and you then sell, and then you purely sell because of the saying. That's not like, yeah. Your sentiment seemed to have changed. You don't seem as bullish as normal. What changed? Am I not really? I think I'm pretty bullish. What changed? What makes you think that? Nothing changed for me actually. No. The only thing, the last video, I kind of said, maybe you base it on that. What if we don't get an alt season? But that was like a very hypothetical thing. And even in that case, I said like altcoins will make easy new all-time high. So I don't know, man. There's no bearishness in my aura actually. When exchange listing for Web3 whales, it's not important. Like why like, look, I work with projects. The most crap exchange out there, like well, not the most crap, but the lowest tier exchange like Maxi asks about 100K to list there. So instead of we investing 100K in some good projects, or we do some crazy buybacks and burns, or marketing, right? Given the low capness of our project, which could have a huge impact, we should put it on a tier 5 exchange or whatever to like new projects listing on Maxi. I'm sorry, they don't know shit. They're throwing their money away. It's a waste. And I'm talking about like KuCoin. You pay 500K last time I checked. I'm not gonna pay $500,000. Like then what? Like you can better work on the product with that kind of money, right? What good is people knowing about your coin if the product hasn't been worked on? So most devs don't know how to dev. So don't dev. Thanks. Yeah, it's a hard market. I get it. It's normal. Let's keep the watch party on for a little longer as Bitcoin is about to blast through 100K. Probably not. It's going down again. Never mind. I don't want to sit here all day. But it's a good thing, right? The labor market data came out, was pretty good. On the short, the time frame, high, right? Downtrend broken for Bitcoin. Bitcoin can easily continue the cycle. So that's a good thing. Altcoin markets still have a little more work to do right here, but again, Bitcoin dominance went up, so that's normal. But also showing some, somewhat of strength the last hour, give or take. So I don't know. I like what I see. I really like what I see right here. Let's give us that 100K. Up. I want to see 6 digits again. Yeah, $24 to go. Somebody, here we go. Go. Fuck. Up. Pump. Yes. Almost there. Yet. No. Shit. This stream sucks like this. I don't know what I'm doing right here. Yay! Okay, bye. No, that was nice. Virtuals has done a nice retest. Let me take a look at that. Big hype for virtuals. I know about that. This looks fucked up. Look, you know why this looks fucked up to me? Fantastic opportunity to buy. Be a little careful, right? Because what you kind of see is that virtual, it had its last support right here and it broke, and now that support is resistance, right? So at this point, I would wait to see how it plays out. Can it get back in here close above it? Then it's goodbye. But if it gets rejected, then it can go down with then the next support level from this point is about 44% lower. So virtual at the moment, I will be careful. At least wait and sit to see how this plays out, right? Still bullish on S Fund? Yeah, sure, definitely. It's my biggest bag, and I'll keep buying it. Yeah. Maxi is around 30-40K, I think. Why? Not sure, but much retail is going to buy 30-40K. What? Much retail is going to buy from Pancakes. I'm not sure how much retail. I don't know. Last cycle, Pancake Swap was pretty easy on chain, etc. And most people, new people in crypto, they don't go to Maxi, they go to Coinbase, Binance, etc. But if you talk about listing, now it's 120K. So yeah. Do you think about MetaStrike? Haven't looked at that in a long time, and I have my reasons. So, but let's see how it did. Oh, whoa. Yeah, if you're in, get the fuck out. Yeah, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Guys, I'm gonna finish it. Been too long. Bitcoin nicely hit 100K during the live stream. Got rejected from that point. Beautiful. Altcoins picked up a little bit again. Nothing too spectacular. I hope I was able to answer some questions, chat with you guys. I'm pretty sick, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. See you very soon.